Welcome to China in Focus. I'm Tiffany Meyer. Our top story, a word of warning. China is reportedly conducting the largest military buildup since Nazi Germany. What does it mean for the U.S.? Details from an expert. China engaging in the largest military buildup since Nazi Germany, aimed at challenging the U.S. That's the word from retired Lieutenant Colonel Chuck DeVore. He's also the Chief National Initiatives Officer at the Texas Public Policy Foundation. DeVore calls the state of play with China, quote, extremely dangerous.
And so what you have right now, Rachel, is China is engaging in an unprecedented military buildup that the world, frankly, hasn't seen since Adolf Hitler in the 1930s. Now, the big difference there is that he really focused on land power, which, frankly, is pretty easy to build up pretty quickly. Navies are much more difficult to build up, and we are way behind.
Earlier this month, the Pentagon released an annual report on China's military power. It said China now has the world's largest navy with 370 ships and submarines. That number is expected to grow to over 400 in 5 years. The U.S. has less than 300 ships. Beijing has also been increasing its nuclear warhead stockpile. The Pentagon estimates the Chinese regime could have over 1,000 warheads by 2030. The U.S. is estimated to have 3,700 nuclear warheads.
And so not only do we need to catch up, but we also need to modernize our nuclear weapons, and we need to put a lot of effort into missile defense. As we've seen in Israel and in Ukraine, missile defense is both needed and effective.
China has added 50 ballistic missiles capable of striking the continental U.S. It also has missiles capable of carrying hypersonic glide vehicle warheads, a type of warhead that's harder to defend against.
These are maneuverable. If the warhead is maneuvering within, let's say, the last phase of its attack trajectory, that really makes it difficult for a radar to calculate where the warhead is going to be and then transmit that information to an intercepting missile. That's why hypersonic glide vehicles are so dangerous and why the United States is planning a layered defense of long-range anti-missile interceptors and short-range missile interceptors.
The U.S. is spending $10 billion to bolster the missile defense of Guam, though it's unclear if it would be able to defend against China's hypersonic glide vehicle warhead. The Pentagon also noted that China is building a global military with the goal of projecting power beyond the First Island chain. The First Island chain is a string of islands stretching from Japan to Malaysia. Its geography prevents China from launching submarine-based nuclear attacks against the U.S. The report said Beijing is looking to build overseas military bases. Here's a list of countries that Beijing is likely to have considered as future base locations: Cuba, Papua New Guinea, the Solomon Islands, Burma, Thailand, Indonesia, Pakistan, Sri Lanka, the United Arab Emirates, Kenya, Equatorial Guinea, Tanzania, Angola, and Bangladesh.